Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Joe Trades here, and we're going over the trade recap for what's today? It's July 29th, Thursday. So we got one last day of the month tomorrow. And yeah, trade recap here today is not so great. I'm green. I'm up 56 bucks realized on the day. So problem with today was my first trade right out of the gates. It was a big red one, and I worked all day long to try to chip out of it. And I felt like the market was kind of slow, and then it got a little hotter later on in the afternoon. So let's look at the performance here, kind of show you what I've got. Let me move this screen. Okay, so here it is. I traded MDIA. That was the first trade right out of the gates. I only traded that once. Then I moved over to NAOV, then SGLB. I got one trade on that. NTEC was another one, and then XBIO. XBIO had a really nice run in the afternoon, so it was good to see that. And if it wasn't for XBIO, I'd still be red for the day, but XBIO helped me get out of the red last part of the day, so I'm super thankful for that. But yeah, I mean, great performance going after, you know, second trade going on into all my other trades, but that first trade right out of the gates, horrible. So let's review that real quick, and then we'll go over some of the other ones. MDIA, pop over to that. MDIA, here we go. So as you can see here, this thing had a massive rip this morning, all the way from, what was it, 632 up to 972. Oh boy, this was a tricky one for me. So what I was seeing here was, you know, prior, or I guess when the market opened, this thing was dead. No volume, no trades, no nothing. Just absolutely nothing. Then we hit this spike, and volume came in. But as you can see, we really hit this peak where volume just exploded. And volume was coming in prior to that. It was just, I guess, so slow. So on these, yeah, I got to be a little hesitant when they haven't already gained a little bit of momentum and have shown to start putting more volume on. This is just, to me, I guess, so weak, which is why I hesitated to trade it all the way up into here. And let me show you the yearly chart on it. So as we can see here, it had a nice pop in the past. That was a huge run, and then, you know, a big sell-off later on that. But yeah, in the past, it went all the way up to 17 bucks here, but faded since then. So I thought there was the potential for, you know, a nice curl, which happened, or even a further push into that, maybe even to, you know, 1350 or beyond. But I guess there wasn't a strong enough catalyst today. It didn't look like there was any news on it. I guess it was just traders pushing the thing. So, you know, as far as this chart goes for today, definitely pump and dump action. No follow through, absolutely none. And this is where I made a mistake. So first trade on it, I hopped in, and this was at, let's see, 10:08. So right here. Okay. I think what I was looking for here was, obviously we went into a halt here. My thoughts were, okay, let's wait till it opens up. It'll, if it pushes up and goes without me, that's okay. I'll look for a spot to get in. If it pumps up a little bit and fades, I'm gonna hop in for a hopefully a pullback and buy in low, and then wait for that next pop up and sell. And this one, unfortunately, just couldn't hold anything. So I got in at 896. Let's mark that out. 896. So I felt like it was a decent price at that time, in that moment. Gets the pullback, bought in. It was 300 shares. And so I'm holding it, and we get this just complete rip to the downside. And I ended up selling, look, at 10.09. And I sold out, let's see. Oh, it's kind of interesting. Well, no. Oh, yeah, here we go. So I got in that position, and as it ripped down, I figure it was a pretty dramatic sell-off, so I wanted to just average in a bit. So I went in with 2 more orders, 100 shares at 868, so even lower, right in here, and then another at 823. So right here at the bottom. And I guess I didn't realize it would go into a halt. I should have kind of known it was a huge sell-off, but I bought in my last round at that, so I felt like I was getting a better price, but it was such a drastic sell-off that it went right into a halt at that point. And so now I'm kind of screwed. So as it opened up, let's see, at 1016, or it opened up right here, but dropped down a little bit further, and I just saw I was so red on the position. I go, you know what? As much as this is going to pain me to sell it, I just need to cut my losses, because I haven't been doing good with holding, bad positions. So I just need to cut this. Even if it's a big loss, I'm going to have to work back from it. So that's what I did. I cut it. It was a market sell, 778. Oh man, down in here. But I'm glad I did that, because this thing just kept drifting and drifting and drifting, and sold off big time and went way further down. So in that scenario, maybe I just got to be a little bit quicker to cut. And maybe also the bad move, I guess, too, was averaging down into it. And I was thinking that would, turn around, and never did. And I think at times like that, I just need to kind of hold the position, the initial position, and not average down. And if it keeps going south, just cut it. I would have been better off with that today. So anyways, I started red with down $486. So starting the day like that is always rough. It just puts you in a bad mental state, just because you have to now get into that cap, of like, okay, I don't want to overtrade. At the same time, I want to try to take some of this red off the table and see if I can at least get back to neutral. And that's what I tried to do. So I was successful in that, but it just took, quite a few trades. I had 33 trades today. Like I said, if it wasn't for XBIO, I'd still be red. But either way, from that one bad position, I was able to dig out of it. I did go sideways for a while on quite a few trades. I went even further down, about 100 more bucks. Not that much. Down to negative 519. But from there, really had some better moves, especially right in here. This was a good trade here, and worked all the way out of the red. So big help there. NTEC. This was another one I traded. A little difficult. I felt like I was kind of chasing into some of these other higher positions that just like, I wanted to ride the momentum. At the same time, I was really worried about areas like this where it looked like we formed a top and it would sell off, and I thought it might be done for the day and continue selling off. Then it ran a little bit higher, has another pullback, runs even higher. So getting into this area felt like it was a little bit extended, so I had to be really quick with my trades. I realized if I was going to go in, it would have to be quick for another scalp trade, because I don't know, getting this high up on a stock, I just don't expect a huge another leg up. We got up to this area and eventually, sold off. But it did have a nice curl back in this zone, so I did trade this as it went past VWAP. But then I was also concerned of it reaching some high and knowing that there would, potentially be a sell-off at some point. And we almost got up to, well, we got pretty high up into this zone, back into retesting kind of the prior highs. So it was nice to see it come all the way back up to that. But then again, it was kind of, you know, a little risky to be trading in here, but I was just trying to make quick trades. But knowing that, it's like there's limited potential to the upside and more potential to the downside. So that's where you really got to be careful with it. That's kind of what I struggled with a bit there. But was able to put some green on NTEC. And then I'm going to move on over to XBIO because this was the really good one for me, XBIO. Now, I've traded this in the past. Let's look at the yearly. This stock has definitely gone on some really great runs for day traders. I can tell in the past here, we've had these really big pops. And today was very impressive in the sense that we popped up a bit. And I wasn't expecting it would go all the way up to retest this prior high in here at 584. But hey, we went past it, which was really impressive. As I was looking at the chart, when it was trading earlier, we did have this run on July 23rd that had a nice run all the way up to 474. So I was just keeping an eye out on that and thinking, okay, we might not necessarily go all the way up to that. We might end up cutting it a little bit short, but hey, it pushed through. It had some momentum, which was really great. And the after hours were quite incredible on this. I didn't trade after hours. I can't because I use my speed keys and I can't use those after hours, but I was able to trade it towards the end of the day. And this is kind of why I like hanging out a little bit further into the afternoon while trading. As you can see, there's opportunities. They don't always occur, but there are definite times when, you know, if you wait and you're patient, we get turnarounds in certain stocks. And like on the XBIO, we had a really nice run today. So this is what helped me turn everything around. And I basically traded this entire run up. We got to this area in here, kind of reached a high area, and then this pretty big sell-off, and I was thinking it might be done. Boom, reverses and starts going higher and higher. So really incredible momentum. A lot of traders, I think, hopped in here. You can just look at the volume here. The volume really increased. A ton of volume came in. So excellent stuff here, and that really helped me dig out of the hole today. So I'm $56 positive, which isn't a ton. It's pretty much, you know, break even for me, but it helped out. So this is the calendar. This week, I've actually done decent. I will say that. I still had a lot of bad trades this month. This month has not been good for me. So not really happy with that, but at least this week's performance, I've done a little bit better, up $2,300 here. So, you know, good move there, and hoping Friday I can put a little extra green on the table for July and really just start fresh with August. I'm hoping to have a much better August. Just trying to stay a little bit more focused on getting rid of these nasty big red days. It's tough, man. It's, you know, trading's not easy, and it's not consistent. And to think you can trade every single day and be a green is just, it's absurd. Now, I know there's plenty of good traders out there, have good ratios. You know, 15 green trades and 5 red is pretty good for me. I just need to focus on keeping those red days smaller. Sometimes it's hard, but I do get into a bit of revenge trading when things go against me. And when I'm a little bit red, I should probably just stop, and sometimes I just keep trading and dig a deeper hole. But hey, today was a good example of me coming back. You know, starting big red out of the gates was tough, but I was able to practice a little bit of patience and just like tell myself to take a chill pill and not trade like crazy, but trade more focused and try to trade a little bit better setups. And don't just jump into anything because you're so pissed you lost money. Be more focused on just the opportunities. And I was telling myself I'm willing to take a red day today, totally, if there's no more opportunities. But if they present themselves, I'll take the trade. And it worked out for me. So I'm glad. Up 56 bucks. So not a perfect day for me, but it's all right. So I want to hear from you guys. I want to find out how you traded today. If you're green, if you're red, what did you trade? Did you trade XBIO later in the afternoon? Did you make some good money on it? Love hearing from you guys. And that wraps up this recap for today. And let's see you tomorrow. So make sure to subscribe, like this channel, and tune in tomorrow. Update you on how Friday goes. Fridays sometimes can be pretty crazy, but sometimes they can be slow, so you never know. But I will see you tomorrow, you guys. Take care.